Welcome everyone to the next episode of Lovelight Speaks by introducing a most beautiful sister of mine, Miss Allison Jacobson. She is an absolute rock star in my mind. She's a beautiful community member and I love what she's about. I love what she's doing for the community. She's got a lot going on, but one project in particular I would really like for her to share today. And that is a really awesome product, superfood product for vitality and revitalization. And it's called Light Up. Is that correct?
Yes.
And I would love for her to share really just her vision and what brought it forth and kind of where it's at and how we can support her.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me. I really am happy to be here and always happy to talk about health and wellness and being our best selves. So I'm excited. Yeah. I guess I can start by saying this is Light Up. So my journey started, I guess my healing journey started probably over 10 years ago. I really was not kind of in tune with anything, just kind of the usual kind of sleepwalking life, I guess, so to speak. Wasn't really like conscious of anything other than, you know, the traditional lifestyle that a lot of people live. So things started for me when I started to look at the food I was eating. That was a big eye-opener for me. I didn't really know where my food came from, or I had no awareness. I really truly believed, you know, the marketing and the pictures and all the things that we're told about the food that we eat. And so diving into that, I moved into eating all organic, which really shifted how I felt. And then I actually became vegan about 10 and a half years ago, I guess now. And that was a huge turning point for me and my health overall. And through that period of time, I became really curious about supplementation and herbs and superfoods and started really experimenting with all of that myself and really saw the benefits of, you know, eating an organic plant-based diet with like all these amazing superfoods and herbs integrated into it. I felt better than I'd ever felt in my life. And, you know, through the years, tried a lot of different things and saw what worked and saw what didn't. And to the point where I was training for a bikini competition. So I spent a lot of time in the gym, and there's a lot of supplements around the gym world. A lot that are not great for you. And so I, you know, tried a lot of them, took a lot of them, experimented. I was an ambassador for different brands, but I never really felt 100% confident in what I was taking. And, you know, when you're putting something in your body every single day, you want to be able to know it's, you know, the best thing for you and that it's really giving you the health and the wellness that you want and that you're trying to achieve. So that's where Light Up came from. I decided to take the plunge and create my own supplements because I knew then what was in them and I could control the quality and I could control, you know, the benefits and really create something that was easy and, you know, something that you wouldn't have to like take a million things every day to get the benefits. So that's why Light Up's really cool because it's just one scoop and you throw it in some water like this.
Num, num, num.
Yep. And then, so that's it. So that started about 2 years ago. We launched Light Up. I say we because it's a collective effort always. I'm gonna take a sip. But it's really been an amazing experience. It's been so well received. We have so many amazing customers who share their experiences and, you know, who've said they really can't live without it. I mean, I feel that way. I still have a full-time corporate job and a million other things on my plate. And this keeps me energized and happy and well. And, you know, it enables me to accomplish everything that I'm trying to do without feeling jittery or crashing afterwards, or, you know, feeling anxious like I did when I drank a lot of coffee. And then, you know, it's supporting my adrenals and helping me to stay well. And there's just so many awesome benefits. Plus, a big part of why I started Inspire Organics was to give back to the community. So we give 10% of sales every month to an organization that is making the world a better place. So we've given to a lot of different organizations over the last 2 years. And it's just been so wonderful to have that experience with our customers, because every time they buy Light Up, they're making a difference. And, you know, they're not only making themselves well, but they're helping other people and helping animals and helping the environment. And that's just, I mean, that's the big picture for me, is making a difference and giving back. So I'm really excited about what's to come, and it's been a really fun journey so far.
It's so beautiful to see you so illuminated, because you know it's good stuff and you know it's doing good, and you're helping others help others by helping themselves, which I love. And it shows in your aura, it shows in your spirit, it shows in your vitality that it goes beyond the intention to actually see it like develop and get into the communities and get all that feedback, and know that you're helping others to do something first and foremost, which is that impeccable self-care, which is my big hallmark. My hallmark is self-care, self-navigation. Take it upon yourself, be accountable, you know, like you got to walk that walk, but to know, like, to become intimate with that process. And boy, did you take that and run with it. You know, it's like, I really want to know what's in this, and make it simple and easy and effective and efficient and like, boom. And it's delicious on top of that, you know? So I'm just like, wow, she just like, you got the whole piñata there.
Well, if you want people to drink something every day, it probably should taste good. Or they won't. You know, I'll drink things that taste like dirt if they're good for me, which I'm will too. But, you know, I think for most people, they want something that they look forward to drinking, and they look forward to, you know, having that experience. So that was important for me.
Yeah, right. And it is. I mean, we are creatures of comfort, habit, and convenience. So if we can have it all, why not? You know, that's the way to go for it. That's the way to go for it. So I'm proud of you. I think that's phenomenal.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for you've been trying to do this for a little while, so I'm really excited about it. I'm glad that we've accomplished this far. And now tell me what's kind of the next step for you. Like what are you wanting to, you know, expand this into? Because I know the viewers and the listeners, they're, you know, proactive, that, you know, so they're engaging. So it's like, you know, how can we get them to get on board or support you, or to bring it into maybe some community that they're aware of? Let's talk about the next step.
Well, ideally, I mean, the benefits of this are so wonderful, and it makes such a difference in people's lives. And, you know, my goal is to really help people achieve their personal goals so that we're all contributing to making the world a better place overall. And so the more people that are drinking Light Up, the more people we'll have who are kicking butt and are feeling good and are doing the things that they really want to do. So it's really about, you know, continuing to get the word out. My goal is to, really have a solid expansion to the mainland and retailers there, and, obviously continuing internationally as well. Right now, I have a special offer on the website so that if people are not here locally on Kauai and can't buy it in a retail store, you can get a sample of Light Up, well, 2 samples actually, for free. You just pay for shipping and handling, and then you get a coupon for your first order. So I try to make it really accessible for people to try it because of these awesome little single serving stick packs so that people can sample it without buying a whole container, and then they can also take it with them wherever they go. So that's ideal for me, is like the more people that we have trying it and talking about it, the better. And because the more people that buy it, the more money is given back to the community. And so like for me, there's this like exponential thing that I want to happen. Because, the more I can grow this company, the more of a difference we can make together. And that's the big picture for me. It's something that I've always dreamed of, having a farm animal sanctuary with an organic farm, and creating this like wellness world that I just get to celebrate and live within, and continue spreading that to everyone. So for me, it's really about making the biggest impact possible. And, I definitely want to also expand the product line. So I've got a couple other formulas brewing at the moment. So will be
Very
exciting
cool.
as well.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And I really like the whole connotation of, and how you named it, Light Up, illuminate within to bring out the best of yourself and your community, right? Yeah. I really love that feeling of rejuvenation and replenishment that everyone on the planet needs. No joke, especially now. Yes. There's no reason not to try it. There's everyone, the adrenals especially, right? Just the basic fundamental support that you get from your product is foundational to me. To me, it's a no-brainer. I'm a superfoods junkie when it comes to learning, and it's like, why not be the powerhouse? Why not really give yourself the most packed nutritional value that you can? And that's why I love this so much, because it is superfood based. Mm-hmm. And the quality of it has such high integrity. To me, it's like there's not a demographic that this doesn't check the box for. Like, you can give this to kids, you can give this to elderly, you can give this to people recovering from things, so there's a myriad of applications for someone who's out there just working in the heat and the sun all day, that's sweating, versus you name it, people in the first responder community that are just going, because there's so many people that could benefit from this, and it's so simple. And I love that you've made it so simple, that you can put it in your single serving. You don't have to mix it right away. You don't have to necessarily keep it cold. It's very, very practical. I like that it's so practical.
Well, it was important for me to make it, of course, I was the person I had in mind when I created it, of course, but I burn the candle at both ends. I'm working all the time. I'm always on the go. And I've struggled with self-care. It's been a difficult thing for me to, have a consistent practice or, a routine that really integrates self-care into my day, because I get pulled in a lot of different directions. So it's hard sometimes it's hard a lot of the times.
Yeah. Let's just be honest. Yeah.
So this is easy. It took me a minute to mix this up, and now I can just drink it while I'm talking to you, and it didn't take time out of my day. It tastes good. I'm getting hydrated. and it just keeps me going. And it's not something that you have to block off time for, or, you know, move your life around. You can take it with you wherever you go. And that was so important to me, to make sure that this could be something that was really easy for people and wasn't going to be a challenge in any way for them. Now you're back.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good sandwich. Yeah, so you've gotten a lot of good feedback as well. The community has responded well. I know here in Kauai, it's in every store, all the natural food stores that I go to, it's in our gyms. I'd like to see it in more like healthcare facilities, like wellness centers. I'd like to see it more readily available to our first responders. I'd like to see it I have an inn at the firehouse, the fire stations. So, you know, that type of practical community too, that would be, I would think, another like funnel that could permeate and validate the awesomeness of it. But yeah. I feel like the mainland is obviously a beautiful trajectory and target for you for a mass scale. But our own community, there's so many little niches that just don't know it yet, or maybe, you know, hasn't been marketed towards necessarily. Lifeguards. We have tons of lifeguards here that would benefit so much from that, just because it's, again, they're out in the sun, they're very active. I mean, I can think of so many that I would love to, you know, somehow get launched into that marketing plan.
Yeah, I have a friend who is a police officer, and he's been using Light Up for quite some time now and swears by it. And, you know, for a high stress job like that, like, it's essential that you're not, you know, keeping yourself going with things that are just depleting you. And I think that that's sort of the standard for most people, is that they turn to things that are readily available, which is, you know, tons of coffee or energy drinks, or just, you know, things that really, when you pile them on top of one another, are just doing this like sort of long-term damage to your overall well-being. And so a lot of folks who've switched out from coffee or, you know, energy drinks, and have, you know, it takes a little bit because your body's so used to this like vibration from these products that you are used to. And so when you know, it's a little bit of a transition to kind of get away from that, but people feel so much better when, you know, they are fueling themselves with things that are nourishing rather than depleting.
Yeah, and that's the big yay, is it's so nourishing. Yeah. Tell me more about, let's share with how much time we have here. Let's share a little bit more just about, because you have a pretty awesome background too. I mean, so this coming from you doing the fitness competition and wanting to have something really clean, and you know, it's a very organic process that you're talking about. It's like, I just want to be well, I want to feel well, I want to know what I'm putting in my body, I want to be wise about it, to, you know, obviously, like many of us do, like you said, go burning the candle at both ends, and kind of having to split into all these different compartments of life. And now, you know, you're still being able to juggle, you're just doing it with more vitality and less depletion.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, overall, my journey included, you know, becoming a certified yoga teacher, becoming a certified health coach, and coaching people and helping them to kind of change their life in a healthy way. And then I'm a certified Reiki master teacher as well. And so there's a lot of, there's a lot of other little fun things that I do and am involved in. And I just think that, this was sort of the culmination for me, through all of my learning and all of my experimenting on myself, and, just really trying to get in touch with, what are the elements that I needed in my life to be well. And so all of that sort of has contributed to this. And, this formula itself, I feel, is divinely inspired. It's just the way it works and the way you feel, like it's amazing. And, I have to believe that, this gift came to us for a reason. And, I want to spread it through as much as possible.
We're gonna get that. We're gonna get that going even more. Given the next wave.
Exactly.
It's really clear. The intention is so clear, and I'm learning as we speak a little bit more about you as well. And to be honest, it makes so much sense now, because the high vibration of the product, but your background, it is about that self-discovery and the inner alchemist, but the integrity of wanting to do things in a very high vibe, clean, healthy way, to strive for that, what I call prime presence. It's like we're really striving to develop ourselves, but in the journey of doing it, you found something that could help many, many people. And I feel like the Reiki, that the whole energy aspect of it, you have a personal understanding about the vibrational value of these superfoods, right? And for me, everything's energy. It's just in different forms.
Yep.
So when we are intentional about what energy we choose and the form that we choose, and how we dance with it, how we add that into our equation, is so intimate, but so essential for us to become more participant with. And I love that you've done that. I love that you've taken this holistic approach to well-being and put personal application to it, and delve in and became that alchemist, and realized, hey, these are my aces. This is what really lights me up. And I really feel you in that whole process. I feel those arenas of balance, the inner mastery of being thoughtful about something and really, really conscientious about it, and taking it to the next level and bringing it to the public is very commendable. I absolutely
Thank you. Yeah, it's interesting, as I'm sure you know well, there's a wide variety of, I guess, integrity in the supplement industry.
That's a politically correct way to say that.
So, along the way, as I was learning how, I didn't know how to make something like this before, like a commercially produced product that I could distribute to the masses. Like that's, I could make it in my kitchen, which is where I made it, but, to distribute it to everyone, you have to go through a whole process of learning, supply chain and manufacturing and all of that. And along the way, there were always points where people were like, oh, well, if you just use this instead, it'll be a lot less expensive and then you'll make more. Like that was never the drive for me, I think, and that is the drive for a lot of people, I think, in the world of manufacturing and consumer goods, it's about money. And, of course, money is important because that's how we give back. So like, I'm not knocking money at all in this one, but, there are points along the way where I could have easily gone in a different direction to lower the cost of the product and, increase profits. And that was never something I wanted to do. And like, for this, for example, when we moved into stick packs, we had to add a flow agent, which I had never heard of a flow agent. I didn't know what that was. And I did a whole lot of research and found that most of the organic products that I knew of that were in single serving packs like this were using, what ends up being rocks in their products so that they flow better. I mean, it's silica, but that's what it is. It's not a digestible element that has no nutritional value. And I was like, oh my goodness, like no. And it was, it was a cheap way to do it too. But so, we used brown rice because I wanted to feel good about it and know that I always want to be able to stand behind anything I do 100%. That's just how I've always been. And so I made a lot of choices along the way, which, if someone who were, on Shark Tank or something looked at the numbers, they would be like, that's not fiscally responsible. You should not be doing that. Like for me, it's about helping people be well and making a difference. And, whatever way I need to do that in the best way possible with the most integrity is the way I'll do it.
Boom.
Yeah.
Never change, girl.
No.
We're not capitalists here.
No.
No. And for those who are truly attuned to their well-being, cutting corners and starting to diminish the integrity of something is never the route to go. And we are worth it, right? Like, of course, we have a lot in common as our backgrounds. And as a holistic wellness coach, it's like, look, I spend more time convincing people or reassuring them or supporting their self-worth, like literally going, you're worth this. You're worth this level of nutrition. You're worth this level of commitment to yourself. It's like, and on top of that, like, it's a no-brainer. How many sick days do you want out of the year? How many, there's so many other, like, it's not more expensive to buy organic. There's so many other parts of that equation. It's like, but the nutritional value, you can eat less, which means you purchase less because you're consuming a higher amount of nutrition. So that whole, like, hey, you know what? If it costs $1 more a serving, I'm okay with that. Because I know I'm worth that. My digestive system's worth that. People, they put this they think of monetary in very funnel, like, where I'm like, yeah, but what's the monetary of your vitality and all your organs and everything being actually supported with one another, rather than like, taxing or giving your body more work to break this down. And oh, by the way, you have this side effect because that you use that product, and I'm just like, no, let's just keep this very, very clear. It's not that complicated. We're worth it. And the fact that we've been over industrialized agriculture has gotten to this level to where we're not even, the general public isn't really even thinking about what they're consuming. It's mind blowing to me. Or they accept, they don't even question anymore the integrity of what they're eating, right? And I'm just like, wow, we've just we've given that power. So many have given the power over, and that's why I love this product, because you're giving the power back into the person.
Yeah, it's funny to think about 11 years ago or 12 years ago or whenever it was, when I was still eating things that like just blow my mind today. And it is a journey of discovery, and like the more that we can get that message to people, and the more people that get the realization that it is, that there's sort of sinister things happening behind the marketing of a lot of this stuff, and that we have the power to choose the good stuff,
really good stuff.
Yeah,
like, really good stuff is available.
Yeah,
right. I love it. Yeah. Let me see where we're at. Okay, 2:30. We got about another half an hour. This is easy. You're just so easy to talk to. So getting it out a little bit more to the mainland, into some other demographics is a good step. And it must be difficult to juggle both, you know, the day job and this amazing product. But I'm glad you're pursuing it. And I'm glad it's your baby, because I know you won't let it dissipate. You're going to keep it, you know, out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I set my mind to something, it happens. I don't know. I've always been that way. So, you know, I'm going to keep going no matter how hard it is. You know, it's a labor of love, and the benefits much outweigh, you know, any of the hard, long hours. But I mean, you know, at least I have the product I have is the thing that keeps me going. So it's
right, exactly. I was just about to say, at least you have what, you know, this awesome, that's what it does.
Yeah.
It keeps you going, which is great, which is beautiful. Let's play a little wordplay.
Okay.
Ready for a little wordplay?
Yeah.
This just gives people a little more sense of you.
Okay.
Which is what drives the endearment, right? Right? That drives that resonance. And I want them to get a little more intimately connected with you as a human being.
Okay.
Awesome mission. So pick a number 1 through 50.
33.
Wow, people love 33. Okay. It's interesting. I'm always, you know, curious now, because
Yeah.
So 33 is dedication. So talk to me about what comes up for you when it comes to about dedication.
Dedication. Well, I mean, just like I just said, I think for me, you know, I'm very passionate about everything I do. And, you know, when I have a vision and I see sort of the end game, you know, I'm dedicated to making it happen. I think that, you know, a lot of people kind of look at me and are like, why are you doing all of this stuff? Like, why, you know, like, and I watch people today just, you know, in the world that we are in right now, which is just so bizarre. You know, there's a lot of people who are hanging out and at the beach, right out there.
Right out there.
And I'm in here, and I'm right here. And because, you know, I'm so dedicated to making this impact on the world, and so dedicated to helping people. And I really want people to feel good, because that, when you feel good, like the effect of that is exponential too. You know, you spread that to other people. It, you know, affects the way you interact with the world, and, you know, it affects the impact that you're able to make. And so to me, it's just so important. And, you know, it's the foundational aspect for why I do this. So, you know, it's in service to others, and I'm just dedicated to making a difference. It's something that, you know, I've been wanting to do for a really long time, and I'm just so glad that I took the leap.
Well, and you did it, and that's the thing. You hit it bullseye, I think. It's like how you feel matters.
Yeah.
And it affects everything that you do. So it affects who you are in the world.
Yeah.
Right? So if you don't understand, and we don't expect everyone to understand the adrenal system. We don't expect everyone to have, you know, the passion to kind of, although I find now that that's what I'm really advocating is know thyself. Understand what this avatar is and how to maximize it, how to fuel it appropriately and efficiently and effectively. Hello. Yeah. So otherwise you kind of can get 2 steps forward or 1 step back, or you can shoot yourself in the foot because you think you're making a healthy decision, but you're really not, but you're just taking a label's word for it, or really good marketing for it, when it's very deceptive out there. So I love the fact that, you know, you decided, 1, I want to make a difference. 2, I figured out something I can do. And 3, I'm going to dedicate myself to it because it's going to work, and it's going to work, and it will work for everyone. Like, this is functional for everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's really powerful.
it was definitely an evolution for me. I discovered restorative yoga when I was living in Huntington Beach, California, and I was like, this is amazing. I want everyone to know about this. So then I, went to teacher training and learned how to teach it. And then it's the same thing about, like I've been eating a plant-based diet for so long and I've reaped the benefits of it and I wanted people to know. So I got certified as a health coach to be able to teach people how to eat properly. And then, I feel like this was sort of the next, and then Reiki came in there. I had some Reiki sessions and I was like, this is amazing. I need to do this too. And then now Light Up is sort of like, the peak of all of this, kind of the culmination of all of it. And it's exciting to me to be able to kind of always be giving people the support that they need to feel good.
Well, you're doing that beautifully. You
Thank
really
you.
found a good way to do that. And I can tell it's just who you are. We're very similar in that way. If something works for me, it's like, and it gets me lit up and it keeps me, or it allows me to find a deeper refinement in that alignment, that personal alignment, something that allows me to be functional, then why wouldn't we get excited about it and at least be able to be ambassadors for it, at least be able to be sources for it, for those who are still looking. There are many masters, but there are many more that are still coming into their own self-mastery.
Yeah.
And if we can give them a tool like Light Up, we can cut their coursework down so much.
Yeah.
Right? So much if we can give them these highly effective tools. And I think that's the joy of it, is knowing that we're not here to reinvent the wheel. We're here going, I've created this tool that, that I've realized that this is a component that's really important. Here's an easy way to make it practical for your daily life. Boom. Right?
Yeah, to take the work out of it for people. Because I know there's a lot of people who drink Light Up every day who don't understand like the inner workings of all the ingredients, and that's okay. Like, that we took the work out of it for you so that you can just do this easy thing and just feel confident that it's helping you. And, that's so important because, we don't all have time to go study all the superfoods and herbs and things. So, I mean, it's good to have, and we try through a lot of our educational materials and like the website and social media, I try to educate people as much as possible on the ingredients and what they do, because I think it's important to know, and be empowered to know what you're putting in your body, and to know why it works. So it's definitely a part of a lot of the work that we do externally, but it's easy.
It's just the reflection of the integrity that's already there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's literally like, oh, you want to educate yourself? This is really easy. Here's your facts on the superfoods, and here's your packet. Enjoy your day. Like, now you're going to see the difference. And that was another thing I love about it, is that you see and feel immediately. It's something it's bioavailable. It's not something that you have to take, something you really have to load on. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You can literally just be like, oh man, I need to pick me up, or I really, need to feel more restored, or I'm feeling a little emotional today. And this is going to be something that I can do, that I can take, that's not pills, that I can consume, that I know is plant-based, that's coming for a deep level of, replenishment. That I think is just awesome. It's like, you don't have to know all the details. You can educate yourself easily by your website, and take the guesswork out and just let them go, oh, okay, it's clean, it's simple. And that's something beautiful to be dedicated towards. I really love that.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun when you're passionate about it, and I can see why you're passionate about it. Okay, pick another number.
Oh my goodness. 21. I'm sure that's another common one too, right?
No, not really.
Oh,
This is interesting. So
right.
21 is a deep dive. What does it mean? What is that? What comes up for you when a deep dive?
Wait, what did you say it is?
A deep dive.
Deep dive. Oh boy. Well, in my day job, people say that a lot.
Oh,
It's like such corporate speak in my world of, it's really kind of funny. You know, everybody has like a corporate language. It's one of those
yeah.
things. I think in my life, though, outside of that, it's really about continually learning and exploring and just not ever really taking things at face value. I always question everything, and especially in today's world. um, just let's find out more. Let's see what's behind this. Like, what else do I need to know? And like, I feel like that my life's a deep dive.
Yeah.
This journey that I'm on is like this continual evolution of learning because I keep digging deeper into what's underneath and like what else do I need to know and how can I do better. And I think I don't ever see that ending at all. Don't ever see myself like just chilling out and not doing anything. So I think that continual learning and discovery and exploring, that's what we're here for. We're here to play and learn and just figure out who we are. And you can't do that if you're not willing to look deeper and keep going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I feel you. And I love that you said it's like, that's what a deep dive, that's my life, that because it shows intelligence, right? It shows that that I know that I know not more than I know, right? So it's like to stay humble, to stay curious, to stay adventurous, to stay open, receptive, to be able to flow and not to anchor yourself into any one thing when there is more things to expand upon.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like that just shows that nothing in nature is anchored. Everything changes all the time.
Yeah.
So to be able to stay fluid and moving, but that introspection, that ability to look and always want to be evolving, not everybody has that, which is interesting to me, right? Like some people are just like, I'm good, I'm going to coast, and that's fine. It's just a personality type for me. It's like, I'm like you, I can't take another word for it. I got to know, like, I got to make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I love that you're like, my life is a deep dive.
Well,
I love the answer.
I'm a Gemini, so I'm sure that probably has something to do with it. But I'm Virgo rising, so I think you put those together and that's what you get.
I knew you had Virgo right in there. I knew you had to have Virgo right in there. That's my sun sign, and I get why. It's very analytical, very organized, very top notch. The integrity has to be woven, and you know what? They're also the practical, the methodical, the ones that are literally chip away at it until it is what it is. Yeah. I can totally see that with you. Because this isn't a small journey. This is a big undertaking.
Yeah. It's definitely, and it has its challenging moments for sure, where I'm like, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? Because I'm sure we all question that from time to time, like, or is there something easier I could be doing right now, like hanging out at the beach? And I think in today's world, like it's, there's like stress and anxiety in the air, and it just, permeates everything sometimes. And it's, as an empath, it can be really hard to isolate yourself from that. So, I have days where I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what is happening? This is, tough. But then, I have this. And if I drink this, then I'm like, okay, I got this. Like that, like overwhelming list that was just like spinning around in space in my head. Like now I've got it on paper, and now I'm like checking stuff off. And so, I think like you said, having the right tools to get through all the ups and downs of everything that we go through on this deep dive is essential. So, yeah.
Well, I think you nailed it too. It's like everyone's going to question their path. Everyone's going to get overwhelmed from time to time. That's what life is. Life is a challenge. It's challenging. It's challenging us to rise above, to acclimate, to find our balance. It ain't going to stop, right?
Yeah.
Like, so why not have this beautiful wisdom and knowledge, plant wisdom, and be able to empower yourself, right? And the number one is empower yourself because we know life's challenging. So Light Up allows you to gather yourself. It allows you to have a foundation where you're like, okay. And so I get it. Like literally you can consume it and feel more balanced. That's the adrenal balancing effect. You're not so scattered and feeling torn, which is probably one of the most, bennies of it, is that you feel clarity. You actually don't feel like you're being, overwhelmed by whatever's thrown at you at the day. And I don't think there's a soul on the planet. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what caste, it doesn't matter. Life's going to get challenging sooner or later for some duration or another. Yeah. And if you don't know what you know, then you're literally, in that pool of people that are just grasping. And right. I love that you have something that you're like, I've been there, done that. And guess what? This is what I've learned. It's a beautiful offering. I love it. Beautiful offering.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So,
no.
And then maybe you'll tell me I'm here.
There you are.
Oh, okay, good. Good. I want people to be able to reach out to you. I want people to be able to follow up with you. If they have ideas, or maybe a summer camp that they want to offer this to, or maybe, whatever, like teachers are coming back now. People are doing things differently now. So I would love for them to be able to get a hold of you. So share your multimedia stuff for the people.
Okay. Well, our website is inspireorganics with an S .life. So you can find a lot of information there. You can connect with me there. You can find recipes. It's where you can see all the options and order your samples too. And then we are on Instagram and Facebook. And it's Inspire Organics. And then you can always email me directly. So that's Allison, ALLISON, at inspireorganics.life. Yeah, I mean, you can call me. I think my phone number is even up there. But I'm always happy to talk to people. And I've definitely, I'm always excited to partner with people and do collaborations. I've done cool giveaway partnerships with people, donated product for, really important events, things like that. So I'm totally open to collaborating with people and, helping get Light Up in more people's hands. And A lot of it today is different because I used to, as you know, go into stores and sample Light Up for people so that they could try it. And that was a really good way of getting it into people's hands. But the world which we live now is a little different. So I'm sort of working on some cool ways to still get Light Up into people's hands without actually mixing it up and pouring it for them. So, but yeah, reach out. I'm always happy to chat.
Well, keep me posted on those other avenues as well, because you know, Dra, I've always been a big fan, and I'm more than happy to be a part of whatever it is that you're doing. I look up to you. I absolutely have always got nothing but really good vibes, and you're making a difference. And if there's anything that there's more for me that you can, you know, if that crosses your mind, you just let me know.
Thank you. They're so sweet.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The feeling is mutual.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm excited. There's more coming, and the world is changing, and you know, we'll find our balance with this.
Yeah.
With how, but I think we have to do things innovatively. You know, we can't look back. We can't go back to the way we were doing things.
Right.
The best that we can do is to evolve with what's showing up, and I'm in on seeing it, you know, being really enjoyed more on a wider spread basis, for sure.
Me too.
Yay. Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate your time today. You're always so bright and beautiful. I know how you do it now. Yep, good stuff. Simple and sweet. Yeah. So again, thank you for your time today and speaking about it, and for all that you do. It's just really beautiful.
Thank you so much. It was really a pleasure to chat with you. This is fun, and I really appreciate you having me.
I'll take you any day, girl.
Cool.
Well, I'll get this posted, and I'll send you the link, and we'll share it, and we'll see what happens.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Again, have a gorgeous day, and get out there and enjoy some of it, will you?
I will. Bye-bye.